Hi, today we'll talk about armchair quarterback versus imposter syndrome, which is the definition that Adam Grant uses in his book, Think Again. In case you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's a research-based book with a lot of storytelling and easy digestible content in it. Go ahead and read it. I highly recommend. I really enjoyed it. Armchair quarterback, what is it about? It's a situation where people have high levels of confidence and low level of expertise. Perhaps you've already heard about an armchair quarterback. It's commonly used to describe someone who sits at home and watches a football game, giving opinions about what their favorite team should do as if they were right on the field. This person likely has no real expertise in football, though. They might have watched a couple of games or a couple of more. Maybe they have even been playing a few games with friends or back in school or something like that. But they act as a real expert. They act as the quarterback of the team, but they're actually no real expert. So they have a high level of confidence and low level of expertise. The imposter syndrome, on the other hand, is the other way around. So as an imposter, if you're suffering from this syndrome, you have low level of confidence and high level of expertise. It refers to an experience of believing that you're not as competent as other people perceive you to be. It's rooted in very low levels of self-confidence in oneself. And recent research found out a little bit more about the how and who of the syndrome. And what they found out is that statistically, there are more women suffering from this syndrome than men. And also folks who are climbing up the social ladder. So if you're the first person in your family who went to college or landed a corporate job, then you're statistically more likely to suffer from imposter syndrome, where you have low levels of confidence and high levels of expertise than people who are a doctor or a lawyer in a third or fourth generation. So the bottom line is they found out that gender and social background seem to be crucial factors in if you're more likely to suffer from the syndrome or not. And our work is to find the sweet spot between the imposter syndrome and the armchair quarterback. So basically leveling out your confidence and expertise and have them in alignment. And if you are suffering from the imposter syndrome, then one way to get closer to that balance is to find a community that will support you. They found out that creating allies, creating connection with people who are like-minded will help you to overcome, so you get evidence for the expertise that you have. You have people who will help you to see this evidence versus believing that you are an imposter, you are a fraud, and you're not as competent as other people perceive you. Sometimes we just need a little proof from the outside. And then on top of this, one way to overcome it, of course, is to unpack your self-doubt and take a look and dive deeper and understanding where that comes from and what this really is about. If you're interested in the deep dive, just let me know. I'm more than happy to explore that with you and take a look at what your imposter syndrome comes from and how to overcome it together.